Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Disco Kitty, the Crappy Crafter. Since it's the first Wednesday of the month, it's time to use the Ducky mold. So, this time we're going to use a new casting compound. It feels in the bag a lot like the other stuff that I got out of Jackie's box, but this is one of the things that came highly recommended on Amazon when I went to search for the Activa stuff. And while I could have gotten the Activa stuff, I wanted to try something new. So, let's get into it. Okay, let's get organized. So it's 3 parts powder to 1 part water. I like that. Simple, easy to do. This stuff feels like flour. Go figure, it feels a lot like the Activa stuff. But you can already see here, it is not white. It's kind of a tan. And you know what, that's okay. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be white. I don't know why, but I was. Now in this batch, I'm not going to mix up quite enough, so I'll have to make more, but that's alright. And you'll be able to see the layers in my poor ducky, but that's alright too, because a little white paint goes a long way. This stuff mixes up really, really well. I really like it. I do. I just don't like the color. I mean, it'll work really well for, like, fake stones. I'm definitely going to make some fake stones at some point, and then we'll do some dot mandalas on them. Oh, I'm excited to do that. I'm looking forward to it. I just have to get some stone molds. Use a little tool to make sure there aren't any bubbles in poor little Ducky's beak, because that would be awkward. Now he's all cured up. It's been probably 36 hours by this point because I had to go to work, so this is after work the next day. But, you know, it's a little hard to get him to pop out, but that's just the mold. He's very, very heavy. And if you look closely, you can see that he's kind of mottled, almost like he's got like little dots. And that's because he's still wet. But here you can really see the color difference between the Activa and the perfect cast. But I really like it. It came out well. He's smooth. He's weighty. We're going to let him dry for another 24, 48 hours. And look, you can see all the little mottling is gone now that he's nice and dry. You can see where I had added layers. Right there on that wing, you can really see the brown between the layers. We're going to chop off the excess, start with a knife, move into some cuticle clippers because that worked really, really well. And I don't use these for my cuticles. I use them for pretty much everything else. Doesn't trim quite as well as the Activa, but it's still really nice stuff. I wasn't sure if this blue tack was actually going to stick to the bottom of him, but you'll see later it does. Now these are from the Artistic Bear Company. Another YouTuber on here, Chloe Rose Art, has sold them. I will link that below, along with her YouTube channel. So I've put on 2 layers of white paint here, and then I'm going to let them dry, and then we'll go in with the black and start making him really look like Loki. I probably shouldn't have painted right over the eyeballs. That's going to make it a little difficult later for the yellow. But, you know, it all comes out in the end. It looks good. I make these mistakes so you don't have to. Not that it's really a mistake per se. It doesn't hinder anything later on in the process, really. He's gonna be such a pretty tuxedo ducky. I forgot to film the yellow eyes, but I will film the green portion of the eyes, because if you look really closely at Loki's eyes, they look a little more green around the pupils and yellow around the edges. I really probably should have centered them more forward as opposed to centering each one in the middle of the eyeball, so it looks more like he's looking forward and less like he's just a big ball of derp. But, I mean, to be fair, Loki is a big ball of derp. Gonna use some armature wire for the ears. And no, he's not going to get a tail. I didn't actually think about making a tail until he was all done. I'm gonna file the ends so I don't cut myself. And yes, I did use just plain kitchen scissors. They're not even kitchen scissors, just plain paper scissors to cut this. They cost me $1. I'm not really worried if I ruin them. Now what this is going to be is this is going to become a little headband that has a couple of ears on it, because it's an outfit, you know? He's cosplaying as Loki. This will be my first time using this stuff. This is the Epoxy Sculpt. It is a 2-part epoxy clay, I guess. You have to mix it up really, really good, equal parts. It worked really well. I was really impressed with it. I will definitely be using it again. This came in Jackie's box as well as the armature wire. Make in the ears. You know, we'll put in the little indents for the ears, make them look a little bit more three-dimensional. I thought about putting little white tufts in his ears, but he doesn't really have white tufts. He has a couple of white hairs, but the inside of his ears are a lighter color. I probably should have made them pink, but using just a little bit of water here to smooth it out a little bit. Probably could have done that a little bit more, but... And here I go making him look like a derp, which, you know, he is. A little wall-eyed there, that's alright. Get a little pink for his tongue. I thought about using a darker pink. I wanted it to be a little bit more red, but you know what? This works. He comes out cute enough. So cute. Now it's time to paint the ears. I'm gonna put a little blue tack down so I don't have to hold on to the wire. And this is just straightforward, just gonna paint the whole thing black. And here we see that the blue tack stuck to him really, really well. It is really hard to get off, but it came off, and it's all good. It was on his butt, so nobody would see it anyways. Final adjustments, and voila! Look at how cute he is! My little Loki Ducky. Super cute. I love him. He's perfect. Well, I think that came out pretty well. Here is my little Loki Ducky. Little Loki Ducky. His little removable ears. Put them right back there. His little white butt. White belly. White tips of his wings. Yeah. I think this worked really well. This stuff is certainly not as white as the active PermaStone, but I think it worked really well. It's definitely heavier than the PermaStone, which is not necessarily a bad thing. A little bit more brown, But you know what? A little white paint and that's fine. But yeah. I think it came out really cute. Tell me what you think. Until next time, stay safe. Hey there, sweet baby boy. How you doing? Is it time for snuggles? Come here. Oh, come here. Oh, 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 rawr. Oh, oh, oof. What's going on? Not a very snuggly boy today, huh? You know, snuggles today? Woo! No snuggles today. Okay.